Welcome back. This Creator. We shoot films and we talk about filmmaking, tutorials, reviews, anything film related. We just chop it up. You know what I mean? If you're not subscribed, make sure to do so. Appreciate you coming back, and we're going to get into it, all right? Let's do it. Right now, you are looking at me filming with the T2i. This is the Canon T2i right now, filming me with the 50mm Nifty 50 lens, 1.8. Right now I got it at a 2.0. And it looks great. You know, now it's not, you know, if you pixel peep and all of that, yeah, okay. It's not my 4K Blackmagic, it's not the 6K, it's not the A7 III, it's not, but you gotta agree, man. It's not that bad, and most people are gonna watch this on their phones. I think if you're a beginner, the T2i is still an okay camera to go to. No, it does not have 4K, but it's gonna teach you how to frame your shot better. It's gonna teach you how to be a better filmmaker by learning the basics and building. But what I did do is this, and the audio you're listening to is through the Comical Wireless going into the T2i directly. Now, the T2i on its own, I would never do this, but I installed Magic Lantern. You install the Magic Lantern, and you can cut off the AGC on your phone, on your T2i. Now AGC compensates, so it pushes air up. It tries to make sure you're at a level, so it's pushing the preamps, and it sounds terrible. So the Magic Lantern takes off AGC, so it's just regular. So you're not gonna get that. So you can get clean audio. You know what I mean? So again, right here, this is the Comica going right in to the Canon T2i. You know what I mean? And it sounds good. It looks decent. You wouldn't know the difference. If I didn't tell you, you would have never cared, never would have known the difference. By installing Magic Lantern in your Canon T2i, the actual software goes onto your card. I'll link to a description of showing you how to install. Once you have it installed in your camera, it just opens up the camera to you to having audio metering, focus peaking, zebras, false color. It does so much more for you. And then turning off, obviously, the AGC, what I said, for you to get better audio. It opens up way more movie type, abilities for filming that's gonna help you. If you're gonna buy the T2i, definitely get that Magic Lantern, install it, and it's gonna open up more for your filmmaking abilities, for you to expose better, more correctly, you know what I mean, and focus better sometimes with focus peaking and stuff like that. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Another thing I don't like, another thing you gotta be careful, if you get the T2i, it only can record at 12-minute intervals. So after 12 minutes, I believe it turns off. Now with the Magic Lantern, you could make it turn on. I forgot what it's called, but you can make it put into a mode where it'll turn off, but then start up again. It'll record again. After like 1 or 2 seconds, it'll start recording again. So it'll stop and automatically start again. Just in case you had to leave it somewhere, you turn it on, it's gonna stop, but it's gonna start again. Now 4K, don't get me wrong, it's a great thing, but most people don't even know what to use 4K for. Some people just get 4K because it's 4K. Not all 4K is good. There's codecs out there, there's cameras that shoot 1080p that'll kill a 4K on another camera because it's just so detailed. You know what I mean? So don't sleep on the 1080p. Now don't get me wrong, again, I know this is old, this is an old camera. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is I'm just trying to prove the point that if you know about your lighting and you know what to do, you can make the camera look good. You know what I'm saying? You don't always have to purchase the biggest thing and go into debt, and that's just my opinion, and it's gonna stay that way. But I might use this camera once in a while as a beat camera. you know, when I'm shooting the YouTube stuff. Not for my personal work. My personal work, I'm not gonna do it, but could you still pull it off? Yeah, you could definitely still pull off paid work with a T2i, as long as you know what you're doing. Get your shots right, make sure your focus is on point, and you could do it. And you know your lighting, you could definitely do it. So I just wanted to show it, you know, Canon T2i, all their setup. It's kind of crazy because, you know, this was my first camera and I still got it. And I'll always have it because it was my first camera, my first introduction to really the better level of shooting shooting video. Before that, I had a little old camcorder that, you know how you buy it and it flip out, a little camcorder with the fixed lens, and you only could do so much. But this was my first camera that, you know, gave me the ability to do more and change lenses. So it was an amazing time of learning, and I'm still learning, but, you know, I appreciate the Canon T2i because it taught me the basics, and I had to learn the basics, and dealing with my ISO and all of those things, and not being spoiled by today's camera that just spoils people. And they don't really know everything about their camera or how to make it look a certain way. They just kind of go to the quick fix. They go to the automatic, you know what I mean? And you know, that's not the way to do it. But anyway, just my opinion. I'm over here ranting. I appreciate you tuning in. Like I said, if you ain't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, you know? We over here, man, I'm gonna chop it up. I'm doing this more and more. I'm dropping more and more content. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be here all the time. I'm trying to think of more stuff to do for y'all. If I don't know, you know, if you got an idea, let me know. You know, hit me in the comments. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And again, you know, hit like, hit dislike, whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate y'all clicking and checking in, all right? All right, so this your man Creator, We Shoot Films, and like I always says, it is what it is. I'm out.